Tonight on Connecticut's news station, concerns about a teacher shortage in one city in our state. We'll hear from some teachers about the changes they want as the district looks for a new superintendent.
Also, the family of a Connecticut woman who was killed 3 years ago is raising awareness about domestic violence as her boyfriend is charged with murdering her.
And Connecticut is getting more than $18 million to clean up our state's drinking water. We'll explain how those dollars will be used to do just that.
Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
And we are following breaking news from Michigan State University, where there have been reports of multiple shootings on campus. Good evening. I'm Jen Bernstein.
And I'm Ben Goldman. Thanks for joining us. Let's get right out to Fox 61's Sarah Sanchez in the Breaking News Center tonight. Sarah, what do we know right now?
Well, Ben and Jen, the situation in East Lansing is still unfolding. Not a lot of information right now, but what we know is that multiple people have been reported injured in these shootings on campus. The Michigan State University campus remains on lockdown at this time. According to Michigan State Police, officers were called to Berkey Hall on campus, which houses the school's College of Science and Sociology department. Then about a mile away, officers were called to one of the school's gyms known as IM East. The Michigan State Police say it appears there's only one suspect involved in these incidents, but there's no word if that person is in custody. The university says they're still getting calls of an active shooter on campus, and officials are urging the campus community to still continue sheltering in place until they can take the suspect into custody. This is obviously an active situation. We'll continue to monitor any new developments from Michigan State and bring it to you right here on the news at 10. In the Breaking News Center, Sarah Sanchez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Really scary, Sarah. Keep us updated. All right, new at 10 concerns from teachers in New Haven tonight as the search is on for a new school superintendent.
Today, teachers, parents, and students came together to lay out their vision for new leadership. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joining us live in New Haven tonight with their message to the district. Gabby?
Jen and Ben, it's been a very challenging time here in the New Haven Public Schools District and school districts around the state and around the country still dealing with some of the after effects of the pandemic. The hope here is that everyone can be included in the conversations leading up to hiring a new superintendent. New Haven is looking for the next person to lead its school district, and teachers, parents, and students are speaking up about what they think that person should do.
Collaboration, understanding that we want someone that's going to see the ways in which we're all working together and we need one another to work together, and that's going to come and do the work with us.
The current superintendent, Dr. Eileen Tracy, is set to retire at the end of this school year. At a rally Monday afternoon, the New Haven Federation of Teachers laid out its vision for the next superintendent of schools. It includes empowering teachers, implementing a diverse curriculum, and addressing one of the biggest challenges facing the school district, a staffing shortage.
It means that we're all spread a little bit thin in a job that already is really demanding.
It adds to the ongoing concerns about burnout, depletion, and demoralization. We want our teachers to feel supported so that they stay this year into next year.
Mayor Justin Elliker says he shares many of the same concerns.
We've got to make sure that our kids have the basic and core skills around literacy and math. We've got to address our teacher shortage right now that we and many cities around the nation are dealing with.
He says a firm has been hired to help with the search for a new superintendent, and it will be hosting public meetings this week with the hope of hearing everyone's voices.
The most important thing for us as a city is to make sure that we have a strong leader in our district. Our kids deserve the best leaders, and we're committed to finding that person.
That means in addition to teachers, students are encouraged to get involved.
As a student, we should have a voice in this decision. Learn about the reality that we live in our school, in the community. As students, we are part of the solution. We want to be heard.
And parents are encouraged to advocate for their children.
Say to them, this is what my child needs. This is what my school needs. We need more before school, after school care. We need more field trips. We need more activities that are going to help students with attendance.
Now, again, those public meetings will be held this week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We have more information on when and where those are happening on our website, fox61.com. Live in New Haven, Gabby Molina, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Gabby, thank you very much. We have kicked off the week with mild temperatures, feeling more like early spring out there.
It's not the first week we've been saying this either. Want to go to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. Does it continue? Does this trend continue?
Yes, we keep waiting for real winter cold to arrive. Of course, we had it a couple of weekends ago. Excuse me, the air is certainly very dry. We have a couple of showers that are out there right now that I want to show you. Mostly light in nature. You can see them scattered across Hartford County and Litchfield County, Litchfield, Torrington, maybe a wet snowflake at higher elevations in Litchfield County, and temperatures that are in the 30s to right around 40 degrees. This will be coming through about midnight tonight, after which we're going to end up drying things out, and it's not going to be a concern for the morning commute. We are going to see the winds start to come up, right on time for me to get on the air. That's when that's when I start to lose my voice. The wind is calm right now, but it is going to start to come up, and it will peak as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. So a breezy start to the day, temperatures beginning in the 30s. As we head through the afternoon for Valentine's Day, we're up around 50 degrees, lots of sunshine. The wind starts to relax, and for this time of year, toasty for February, and it gets warmer than this through the forecast. We'll break it down for you. Record challenging warmth for parts of the state later this week, and some more rain to time out for you coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Rachel. And new at 10, Wesleyan University says a student was killed in a skiing accident while studying abroad this semester. The school says Jack Severite, who was a junior, died yesterday. He was a member of Wesleyan's men's soccer team during the 2020 to 2021 season. The athletics website says Severite was from Elmore, Vermont. In a statement, men's head soccer coach Jeff Wheeler said, quote, Jack was a ball of energy who loved being active and spending time with his friends. It's so sad to see his life end so early.
Well, it's been a little over 4 years since the death of 27-year-old Alice Figueroa of Waterbury. Her boyfriend, Benjamin Morales, charged with her murder. Through the pain of losing their loved one, Figueroa's family are now using their voice and platform to raise awareness about domestic violence. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner joining us live in Waterbury tonight with more on this story. DeAndrea?
Hi, you guys. Well, this was Alex. This is how her family wants people to remember her. She was a mother, a daughter. She was someone's best friend. And most importantly, her life was taken way too soon. And because of this, their family, they're using their voices and their platform to raise awareness for domestic violence, all through their church. The church, a place of worship, a house of prayer, and now for this church family, a hopeful haven.
So just to introduce ourselves and let them know that there's someone here that can listen to them, because I know that it's a very hard topic.
The topic of domestic violence, a topic they know all too well because their loved one, Alex Figueroa, was killed on February 4th, 2019.
She was such an amazing person, young mother, loving daughter. Everybody loved my sister.
Her boyfriend, Benjamin Morales, has been charged with her murder. Nearly 38% of Connecticut women and 34% of Connecticut men experience intimate partner domestic violence. But through this open house every Monday at 73 Arch Street, they hope to help at least one person in need.
We don't want females to keep going through the same situation and families suffering, for their loved ones, kids staying without mother, without a dad, like my nephews are right now.
Her mother, Pastor Maria Reyes, says that she's always wanted to do this because she's a survivor of domestic violence. But Alice's murder sparked another flame inside of her.
Y en memoria, ¿verdad?, de mi hija, pues quiero ayudar a las víctimas. And in memory of her daughter, she wants to help the victims.
To go from victims to survivors.
People talk about it, but nothing's ever being done about it. So I'm actually happy that something's being done about it.
And now, while this was the first day, they're going to do this every single Monday, hoping that one person will come through that door in need of help. And while they're doing this, they're also waiting on Morales' next court date, which is here on March the 7th. In New Britain, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
A very important story. DeAndrea, thank you very much. Well, new at 10, the Greater Waterbury NAACP and the city's police department taking steps to build trust in the community. They held a community conversation tonight at the North End Recreation Center. Dozens were in attendance, with many saying that they were concerned about the viral video of an arrest of a man earlier this month. The city's police chief says officers knew he had a loaded gun and defended the force that they used.
Just a brief little snippet of the encounter where officers were using force to try to take James into custody, and that was it, right? So there was no explanation on why the officers were there, what the circumstances were, other than that small little portion of the force being used.
After we delved down into the situation, we realized that it was warranted, but you're still left with those perception versus reality feelings, and you're feeling some kind of way, like how do I explain that to myself, how do I explain that to my community, and how do I explain that to my children?
The NAACP says that it's finished investigating the arrest in that viral video.
New at 10 tonight, Connecticut is getting nearly $19 million to clean up contaminants known as PFAS in our state's drinking water. The money comes from the Environmental Protection Agency as part of the 2021 infrastructure law. The EPA says the money will be available to communities in the agency's Small or Disadvantaged Communities Grant Program. The money will also promote access to safe, clean water while supporting local economies. The infrastructure law is investing $5 billion over 5 years to help communities dealing with PFAS contamination in their water.